and welcome to this week's video. This week we look at words and phrases related to Pancake Day. This day arrives every February and is one of the days where we make pancakes in order to use up all of our eggs, flour and milk. In this lesson, we look at how we can talk about making pancakes in English. So, we will be looking at the following words and phrases: iconic breakfast, buttermilk pancakes, exact proportions, deceivingly thick, and too dense. As ever, we will be helping you with your pronunciation, assisting you with understanding definitions, and using examples of English you are likely to hear in everyday life. So don't forget to stay until the end to test your knowledge by taking our quiz. Anyway, let's get started with the first term. The first phrase this week in our pancakes lesson is iconic breakfast. So we'll have a look at how we can pronounce this in detail. Iconic breakfast. And again, iconic breakfast. Excellent. So let's have a look at the definition. So the definition of iconic breakfast is a type of breakfast which is widely known and enjoyed by a large number of people. And the example is, a pancake breakfast is an iconic breakfast in the UK, with millions of people having pancakes for their breakfast each day. Up next is buttermilk pancakes, and we pronounce this as buttermilk pancakes. And again, buttermilk pancakes. Excellent. Now let's look at the definition. So, buttermilk is a sour liquid created by shaking milk into part butter and part milk. A buttermilk pancake is a pancake made out of buttermilk. And now let's move on to the example where we look at buttermilk pancakes. So John prefers buttermilk pancakes to ordinary ones. Exact proportion is the next phrase in this week's lesson. So let's have a look at how we would pronounce this. Exact proportion. And again, exact proportion. Excellent. So now we are able to look at the definition of exact proportion. So this is the correct amount of things which make up the total amount. And an example of this would be, for exact proportion, is to make the perfect pancake, Jane wanted to use the exact proportions of the ingredients required to make her pancake. The penultimate word in this week's lesson is deceivingly thick. Now this is an unusual word, so let's have a look at how we would pronounce this in the pronunciation. So this is deceivingly thick. And again, deceivingly Deceivingly thick. Excellent. Now let's have a look at the definition for deceivingly thick. So this is when something looks good and meets the requirement of being thick. However, there are other parts of it that are not perfect. And to help us get a little more understanding of the phrase deceivingly thick, let's have a look at an example. Steve's pancake was deceivingly thick. It looked great, but tasted bad, as there was too much flour. The final phrase is too dense. And let's have a look in more detail on how we would pronounce this phrase of too dense. Too dense. And again, too dense. Excellent. That's not too difficult. So let's have a look at the definition regarding too dense. So this is another way of saying something is too thick. And the example of too dense would be Steve's family complained that as well as tasting too much like flour, the pancake was too dense and difficult to eat. Now it's time to test your knowledge with our weekly quiz to see how much of today's lesson you can recall. So, the question this week is, which is a popular type of breakfast? Would it be A, static, B, graphic, or C, iconic? And the correct answer is C, iconic. Congratulations if you got that correct. And let us know in the comments if you got the answer correct. Thank you for joining us again today. If you have any questions about this video or would like us to explain a word for you from any context, then please post your question in the comments box below. We are always happy to help. Don't forget to like our video to help us get more viewers and to expand our channel in order to provide you with the best experience possible. Why not hit the subscribe button and bell icon so you never miss one of our future videos. Next week, we will be looking at words and phrases related to the countryside. Have a good week and we'll see you again next week. Goodbye.